Good morning to all handball fans watching us live. Welcome to Vienna. Welcome to the headquarters of the European Handball Federation for the first draw event in the new club season 2018/19. Normally we always starting the new season with the qualification draws both in the men's and women's Champions League. But this year the situation is slightly different. As we had a very fitting number of registered and later also approved teams in the Velux EHF Champions League, there is no qualification needed and we can already know all 28 teams for the group phase. Therefore we can only focus on the women's EHF Champions League qualification right now. These competitions fans still have fresh in their minds how Győr successfully defended the Champions Trophy in Budapest just 40 days ago. And before we proceed to the draw, let's have a quick look how the journey we are just starting now ends normally.
Plays it off to the incoming player, and that's a wonderful save by Amadine Lenoir. Seconds left to draw level. Andrea Lekic into Canada, saved! And a rebound claim. Eva Kiss makes the save. And the 2018 Women's EHF Champions League winners are Jury, Audi, Eto, KC. What a save at the end of the game.
Yes, it's going to be a very long road and exactly 100 matches have to be played before we reach the Women's EHF Final Four in Budapest on 11th and 12th of May 2019. First teams are entering the season already on 7th to 9th of September in the qualification, and only the winners of the two qualification tournaments will qualify for the group matches where they will join another 14 teams including the defending champions. These 8 qualification teams are now divided in 4 pots, and this draw will not only decide on the groups to composition, but also on the semi-final pairings in those tournaments. Teams from pot 1 will face pot 4 teams, while pot 2 sides will meet pot 3 opponents in the semi-finals. Now I would like to invite to the podium Markus Glaser, EHF Chief Sports Officer, together with 2 club representatives, Miranda Tatari-Shimunovic from Podravka Vegeta and Markus Schüle from SGBBM Bietigheim, and they will all join forces to carry out the draw. Please take your positions. We are starting with the pod 1, and we have the German team from Bietigheim, who reached the main round last season as the competition's newcomers. And we have Romania's SCM Craiova, the reigning EHF Cup winners. So we are ready for the first ball.
So the very first team of the new season is Craiova from Romania. And Craiova will take top position in group number 2. The remaining team in pot number 1 is Bietigheim from Germany. No. And they take row number 1 in group 1.
So this was pot 1. In the second pot, we have MKS Perła Lublin from Poland, who won the Challenge Cup last season, and the 1996 Champions League winners, Podravka Vegeta. We can start with the second pot now.
Podravka Vegeta from Croatia. They will go to group 2. From Poland, Perła Lublin. They go to group 1.
Okay, now we continue with the third pot, and actually we are going to learn first semi-final pairings. We have Italian champions, Yomi Salerno, and Turkish trophy holders, Murat Pasha Belediyesi SK.
First team in pot 3 is Yomi Salerno from Italy. They go to position number 3 in group 1. Team from Turkey, Murat Pasha Belediyesi. They will go to row number 3 in group 2.
We're ready for the last pot. And here awaits Super Amara Bera Bera, who returned to the Spanish throne after a one-year break, and Serbian champions Jork Jagodina.
And Super Amara Bera Bera from San Sebastian in Spain. They complete group number 1. And the last of the 8 teams for today, Jagodina from Serbia. They complete group number 2.
So this was the last team, and we can summarize both groups and their semi-final pairings. In Group 1, we have Bietigheim playing against Bera Bera in the semi-final, while Lublin will take on Salerno. And in Group 2, we have Craiova, who are pitted against Jagodina, and Podravka will face Murat Pasha in the semi-final. Many thanks, Miranda and Marcus, for your help, but we are not done yet. As each tournament will be played only in one venue, we are going to determine the hosting rights now. So, the first right to organize the tournaments will go to which row, Marcus?
So the first right goes to the teams in row number 4, which holds true for both groups, Group 1 and 2.
So that means Bera Bera and Jagodina won the first right.
Row number 2 has the second right.
That applies to Lublin and Podravka.
Organization right number 3 goes to row 1.
That's Bietigheim and Craiova.
And finally, row number 3.
So the last in the pecking order will be Salerno and Murat Pasha. So all but one question regarding the Women's EHF Champions League qualification has been answered. The last one is in which group the winners of these tournaments will end up in the group matches. But we have to wait for this information until this Friday. So make sure you join us either on EHF TV or on our social media channels on Facebook or YouTube at 12:30 p.m. on Friday, when the draw for the Women's EHF Champions League group matches and the Velux EHF Champions League group phase starts. Many thanks for being with us today. Have a nice day.